Okay, guys, I see many of you are back, so we can start. Can someone please confirm if my screen is visible? Yes. Okay. So is this clear, guys, still here? By the way, how many of you are still able to access the storage account? Can you try clicking on the file and see if you guys are still able to access? It takes some time, sometimes, or maybe a refresh or close and open, but eventually you will lose the access. Okay, let's see. So this is the reason we have two keys over there. So I can rotate one key, or maybe I can share the new key with all out of 15. Let's say I want only 10 of them to continue working. So I'll share the new key with these 10. They will come here, they'll replace the key, and they will still have the access. And the remaining people who accessed my storage account using the old key, they will lose the access. They won't have the access anymore. See, I see someone has uploaded a file, right? Now, one more thing, guys. Can you tell me who uploaded this file? Do you see anywhere that, okay, this person has uploaded the file? Do you see anything like this? Any option do you see here? Yes, no, maybe?
Oh, no.
No, obviously. That is another drawback of access key. It's a common key. I'm sharing it with the team. I won't have any particular check on that, that who's doing it. Let's say if someone goes there and delete this one, I won't even come to know who deleted that. I mean, that's a different thing, going to logs, that which IP was connected, that IP belongs to whom, but if VPN was used, that's a different story altogether. But there's no authentication was done that, okay, this particular user used the key and did this, right? So these are the drawbacks of using access key. Why do we have connection string? Connection string is nothing. Whenever let's say a coder is developing a website, right? And in that particular website, he wants to upload some images or show some images, right? On those images are saved here in this storage account. So in the coding itself, we are going to use this connection string and key. How to do that? Not your problem. Don't worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. Got it? So that is the reason they use connection string and key combination of that. Same thing can be done there. We can rotate it. Once it is rotated, it will be changed, and then you'll have to use the next key. You can set the rotation reminder also, that if you want to be more secure and you want to keep rotating it every 15 days, you can set a reminder also for that. So this is about your access key. Again, in access key, I I have given you the access to my storage account. See, you are able to see my file share also, right? You're able to see my queue as well. You're able to see my tables also. I wanted you to work only on container, but because I have given you access key and access key works at the storage level, so you got the complete access to my storage account. By the way, in production environment, you will rarely see that there is one storage account, and in one storage account only you're using containers, there only you're using file share, there only you're using queues and table. You won't see that. You'll see it very rarely, very small company. Though the feature is there in the storage account, but you will see that if I want to have container, I will have another storage account and container. If I want to have file share, I will have another storage account and a file share in that. Though technically possible to have both of them in same storage account, but just because I'm having one another storage account, it's not going to charge me extra. Ultimately, I'll be charged on file share, I'll be charged on blob. So I keep them in same storage account or different storage account. From the cost perspective, it's not changing anything for me. But from the administrative perspective, roles and access and many things, right, it is very useful to keep them separately. Hence, you will see different storage account for different purposes. Though technically, it is possible to have a file share, a queue, and a table and so a container, everything in one storage account. Is this point clear to everyone? Yes, guys. Yes, no, maybe any doubts, any questions on this? Okay. So this is how we use access key. Now, while we are on this topic, I'll cover one more thing, which is shared access signature, because it is one of the frequently asked questions when it comes to access key. The moment they ask access key, they will surely talk about SAS, and they will ask you what is difference between access key and SAS. What is SAS? Shared access signature. Do you see shared access signature option here anywhere at the storage account level?
Below
Yes, no?
access key.
Yes, just below access key. What does it mean? That I can shared access signature SAS, shared access signature at the storage level. Again, same like I shared the key at the account level, storage account level. I can use the store shared access signature at the account level. But what is the difference? That I can go to the storage account, and this time I don't want you to have my complete storage accounts access. I have hired you just to work on my container, right? So I'll go and check how many containers do I have. Let's say I have two containers. I see I have two containers, one storage account. And if I give you access key, right? Access key can be given directly on the storage account, access key. If I click on UT-Kloud storage account here for, this is my container. Do you see access key option?
No.
No. Right? See, if I go to this container, there's no access key account again. So if I want to use access key, I will have to give you complete access of my storage account. And once I've given you, there's no way I can take it back. While giving you the access key, did I have any option that I want you to have only read only access, or just read it, just delete it, or just edit it, don't delete it? Did I have any option while sharing the access key? Did you guys see that? Access key. If I go to storage account, click on access key. Do you see any option here? No, right? But let's compare access key and shared access signature then. First thing, access keys can give access on storage account completely. There is no segregation कि सिर्फ इस container पे देना है यहाँ पर देना है. No. Once you give the access key, they have access to your storage account completely, and there is no way you can revoke other than rotational of the key. However, shared access key, I can, if I want, I can give at the storage account level if I want here, or if I want, I can go to container, pick a particular container. I don't want you guys to have access to my both the containers. I want you to have access only container number 4. So if I come here, there is no access key, but shared access signature is there. Can you see? So I can go ahead and give you access at the container level. I'm going granular level now. I have 10 containers, but I have hired you to work on files which are there only in particular container, one container. So I don't want you to see my other containers. I don't want you to delete, because if I share access key with you, you will have access to all my containers and you will have full access. You'll be able to delete my containers. You'll be able to edit my containers, right? But the business requirement, or I have hired you only to work on one particular container. So that I can achieve using shared access signature. Is this difference clear to all of you? This is not the only difference. We are going and checking more differences, but is this point clear? That access key will give you access to complete storage account, right? You will not be able to revoke it. There's no time limit. Once I have given you the key, you have access for lifetime. There's no time limit on that. On the other hand, shared access key, I can give you at the container level. If I want you to have access only to this container, you can have access only to this container. Is this clear, guys, to everyone? Any doubts, any questions still here? Yes, guys, any doubts, please feel free to ask. Shared access token, or it's also known as SAS, or shared access signature, right? Uh, you can give at storage account level, at container level, and let's see if we can do it at the blob level also, which you can do. Definitely you can do, but let me show it to you. So in this container, there are two files. I have hired you to work only on this, only on my logo. I don't want you to see my offered courses or details. I don't want you to work. So I can go more granular, select this particular file and select shared access signature and share it with you. So shared access signature can be given at blob level, at container level, at the storage account level. Access key only at the storage account level. Is this point clear, guys, to everyone?
Yes.
Yes. Now let's see the next difference. Very major difference, right? I'll again go to the storage account. This is the storage account we were practicing on. This is the access key we have seen. I just have to share the account name with you, access key, and you will be able to access it. Simple. But the moment I click on shared access signature, let's see. What options do I have? I will give you access on my storage account completely. And still I can decide when you connect to my storage account using Azure Storage Explorer, what should you see? I don't want you to see my files. I don't want you to see my queue. I don't want you to see my table. Simple. What kind of resources types are allowed? I am okay if you see my objects, container services, granular access. What kind of permission do I want to give you? I'm okay if you read it. I am fine. You write it, which means edit it. List, obviously, I'll have to give, then only you'll be able to see. Add something new, okay. Create something new, okay. Update something new, that it's not actually for blob. This is for I think queue. Here it is. So I've not given you queue access, तो वैसे ही grayed out हो जाएगा. Can't do anything about it. But you also have an access to delete something, which I don't want to do it. Permanent delete. Forget permanent delete. I don't want you to delete anything. So I'm removing this access now. Right? Now, when are you starting as a consultant? Right? As an auditor, when are you starting? You're starting to work with me from next week. Right? Why should I give you access today? You're starting from, let's say, 9th of December. I'll start your access from 9th of December. I have hired you to work only for 1 week. Right? From 9 to 16, you'll be working. 16, I don't have to remember, your access will be automatically revoked. Time zone I have selected. Plus, you are working, let's say I am from UT-Kloud, you are from Tsoft. You are working from Tsoft. I have made sure in agreement that your employee will work only from your company. No work from home, no VPN, nothing. Right? You agree? Fine. Okay, fine. Give me your company's router IP address. That IP address I will put here. So you will be able to access my storage account using the key and storage explorer and everything, right? Only for from this particular IP, from no other IP. Even if you have the key, you will not be able to access my storage account. You will not be able to do anything unless you are coming from this particular IP. And I hope by now all of us are clear that if you're sitting in a company, though your laptop will have one particular private IP, but the traffic will flow from, कहाँ से जाएगा ultimate traffic, कहाँ से out होगा guys?
Router.
Router, and router will have a public IP, maybe one public IP, or they will have multiple public IPs, right? So we can add multiple public IPs also. But This is I can do. This I can control. Fine. HTTPS, it's okay. Key one. As of now, I'm just generating key one and generate the SAS and connection string. And here it is. Now I simply have to give you connection string SAS token. And you have to go here like you used for storage account. You can use for blob. You can use for storage account also. Whatever access I've given, if file share, you can use for that. And instead of key, this time you're going to use shared access signature. Click next. Here you're going to type user ID, and here you're going to type, sorry, not user ID, display name, could be anyone. And here you're going to type service URL, right? This is your service URL. This is. So you'll share this with your user. But now if I share this with you guys, will you be able to access? What do you think? If I share this with you guys, will you be
I
able to
guess
access or not?
I guess we
No,
need to.
Sorry, what is it, Khizar? Will you be able to access or not?
no,
Why not?
because the IP address are mentioned
Yes.
for the
This is my
particular
public IP.
device.
This is my laptop's public IP, as in whatever public IP is there on my router. I just searched it, and this is my public IP. So only I will be able to access, even if I have the key. If I share it with you, you guys will not be able to access it. By default, on this particular day, this access will be revoked. Even if I log into this one using this code and everything, I'll be able to see only blobs, all blobs here. In this case, all blobs, because I'm doing it at the storage account level. If I want to do this on one particular blob, then what I will have to do? I'll have to cancel this, go to that storage account, go to the containers, go to that container where the blob is. Let's say this container and particular blob. I told you already, blob matlab aapka file, container is your folder. So I'll go here and then I'll generate a SAS. Let's say I'm okay कि आप दोनों access कर लो, but only this container, not the other container. So I'll have to come here at the container level, shared access token. Same thing here. I'm not getting multiple options over there. Why? कि table access देना है, queue पे देना है. Why am I not getting those options, guys? Yes, guys. Why am I not getting those options जो मुझको पहले दिख रहे थे? That do I want to give access on table? Do I want to give access on queue? File share? Why am I not getting those options? Anyone? Did you understand the question, guys? See, read वगैरह क्या options देना, that I'm getting here. Fine. But why am I not getting that option? That do I have to give access on table and queue, or where do I have to give access? See, allowed IP वगैरह सब कुछ आ रहा है. Time, expiry date, I'm getting everything. Only that particular option is not coming. Which one? I'll show you.
Because we are in container, not
Simple.
in storage account.
Yes. I am already at the container level. So whatever I'm doing, it is happening only for this particular container. It's not even impacting at the other container. Here I was at the storage account level. Hence it was asking under storage account, there are multiple things. There are file share, there are multiple things. Hence it was asking that this shared access signature you are preparing, is it for containers? If I select containers, it will cover all the containers. As in blob. यहाँ पर blob दिया है, blob में container already cover हो जाता है. Blob is a part of container. So if I select all blobs, सारे blobs अपने आप cover हो जाएंगे. If I select file share, then file share will be covered. But here I'm not getting that option because I am already at the container level. Sitting on the container, if I'm generating a shared access signature, it will be for container. It cannot be for table or queue या किसी और के लिए नहीं हो सकता है. Hence, I'm not getting the access. Simple, I have to just generate it and then share this token. Person will go here again. Now this time he's connecting to particular blob. So instead of storage account, he'll select a blob. Select a blob, URL, SAS, and that's it. Got it, guys? And see, anonymously, if I keep that allow, you just have to type the URL and nothing else. The URL which I share with you on the browser, you will be able to access that from here. So is this clear difference between shared access signature, which is SAS, and access key? Yes, no, maybe, any doubts, any questions? Is guys any questions between differences between access key and shared access signature or SAS? They're called as SAS token, shared access token, shared access signature. Okay. If no questions, let's go ahead and check the next option. So if I start creating a storage account again, we'll see what all options do we have. I'm okay with LRS. REST API, we are not going to do anything here. This one we have already checked that what does it mean. This one we just saw in detail, right? Let's keep this unchecked. Let's cover tiers. So till now, guys, we have covered how to access that access key, right? And shared access signature. Now we're talking about the access tier. What is access tier? Access tier, it's nothing. First, let's see the definition. The account tier, it's default tier. The account access tier is a default tier that is in front by any blob. Okay, it is just saying whatever you select here, it will be inherited to your blob. But what is it? It's not explaining. So let me quickly explain this to you. Hot tier, cool tier, cold tier, and there are two more. One is I archive and transactional. We'll see that once the file is created, already created, then you will see it. Let me check if I can see it here. If I go to container, what are these? What does it mean? I explain. First, let's see how many of them are. So if I go to any blob, can you see? It is hot tier. Access tier is hot tier. Change tier, hot, cool, cold, and archive. There is one more transaction. I think that we'll see in the file share. But you don't have to worry about it much. Remember hot, cool, cold, and archive. Now, what exactly it is? Uh, Let me see if I can check the charge sheet. It will be easier for you to explain. This is something Azure is not suggesting you anything there. Azure is not deciding anything for you, right? Azure is not telling you anything कि आपको ये करना है, वो करना है, ये select करना है, nothing. It's you and your application owner. They will decide, as in your architect and your application owner, they will decide that which tier you have to select based on the logic which Microsoft has given. Now, so what is that logic? Here, if I have some data which is frequently used, let's say this is hot tier, cool tier, cold, and let's say something. archive. Okay. Now, what is the hot tier? Hot tier, let's say that if I keep some data here, keep a file, I meant, of 50 MB or 50 GB, right? How does the hot tier work? Hot tier will have the uh, extra charges, not extra, but it is costlier. Now, whatever numbers I am quoting, guys, it is just for your understanding. Do not quote me on numbers. We can always go and calculator and Azure sites will check the numbers, right? I'm just putting random numbers for your understanding. This is not how exactly it will work, but for your understanding, I'm putting some numbers. So यहाँ पर अगर if it is 50 GB, right? What Azure says, if you keep some data in hot tier, I'll charge you rupees 10. Again, I'm repeating myself. Numbers are just for your understanding. I'll charge you rupees 10 for keeping 50 GB data. And I'll charge you 50 paisa or maybe 25 paisa every time, or let's take rupees 1 just for the better understanding. 1 rupee for every transaction. What do you mean by transaction? That every time, let's say these are pictures, every time someone comes and check my picture, that is a transaction. Like you guys opened my logo, that is a transaction. You upload something, that is a transaction. Download something, that is a transaction, right? So for every transaction, I'm being charged rupees 1. This is how it is working. In cool tier, in the moment I say, okay, what about cool tier? In cool tier, Azure will say, for keeping 50 GB data is same across the, okay, let me write it. 50 GB data, I'll charge you rupees 8 for keeping the data, but the transaction charges will be rupees 2 for every transaction. I say, okay. Now what about cold? Cold, it says 50 GB. I'll charge you rupees 5 for saving the data, but I'll charge you rupees 4 for every transaction. I say, fine, what about archive? Archive, I'll charge you 50 GB data, rupees 1. And what about transaction? You can't do any transaction archive data. If you want to access the archive data, you'll have to move this archive data either to cold or to cool or to hot tier. This is your tier. These are your tiers. Now, this has Azure given you. This is your decision, your presence of mind, your planning, your designing. That how would you utilize? Right? Now you tell me, guys, that I have a banking application where a Google Pay like application, right? Where my users are paying and then they sometimes they go and check the transaction history. Immediately they are paying, they're retrieving the data. Frequently is being used. 50 GB data है मेरे पास बहुत ज्यादा frequently use हो रहा है. Which one should I choose? Hot. Simple. Frequently used data, hot tier. Okay. Now I have data which is like let's say leave application, right? uh, it's being used moderate. बहुत ज्यादा frequently भी नहीं, कोई daily जाके leaves check नहीं कर रहा है, apply नहीं कर रहा है. So whatever data is there to check my available leave balance etc और apply leave, वो data change बहुत ज्यादा नहीं होता, बहुत इतना भी कम नहीं है, but बहुत ज्यादा कम भी नहीं है. Maybe every week Friday people go and they check something. Where should I keep that data? और बहुत ज्यादा ट्रांजेक्शन भी नहीं. यू अंडरस्टैंड लीव्स का कितना ही होता है, राइट? इफ यू हैव 1000 employees, not all of them doing it that on daily basis. Like time sheet, let's if we stick to time sheet we fill sometimes in companies, we fill on daily basis, weekly basis. every employee. Do you have any option के ठीक है ये 50 employees 6 महीने तक टाइम शीट नहीं भरेंगे, it's okay? Do you have any option like that? No. So timesheet like data you can keep in hot tier. Why? It is being used frequently. So even if I'm paying extra here, I'm going to save amount here. Leave data. Where do you think I should keep it? It's being used in a moderate manner. डेली भी नहीं यूज होता है और ऐसा भी नहीं कि सिर्फ साल में एक बार यूज होगा. Where do you think I should keep it? There's no correct or no wrong answer. Just your understanding. Where should I keep that data? What do you think? Where will I save some money? Yeah, guys, please unmute you and speak, guys. Don't yes and no. I have told you this already. Imagine this is your interview question and you just say hot. Even if you're technically correct, what impression would you have on your interviewer? One word answers are never professional, never accepted, never good. Even if you're technically correct, as an interviewer, I will definitely not like it. You have to put a sentence, you have to explain, you have to, give some examples, and this is how you have to give your answer. Even if you know it, the other person should understand you know it. And this is how you will consume some time also. If you just keep answering in one word, yes, no, hot and cold, you're an interviewer where he comes with an intention to ask 15 questions, he will have that liberty and time to ask 50 questions. And ultimately, it is your loss. More questions you get, it more answers you'll have to give. Lesser chances of getting selected. So I've told you that, guys, in the beginning also that this is the place to practice. You are incorrect here, it's okay. No one is going to laugh, no one is going to judge, no, nothing. You're not losing your current job, you're not losing an opportunity. Here you just type on your phone and keyboard yes and no. See, it's not bad for me. मेरा तो क्या पोर्शन कवर हो जाएगा. I'll cover my number of hours, I'll ask for fees, I'll stay with you guys for 1 month, I'll leave, I'll focus on my new batch, right? But this habit is not going to help you. Even if you're technically sound and very tech savvy and clear, unless you speak up, how your interviewer will know? So I always recommend please unmute yourself and speak and talk. Right? So which tier, guys? Should we use hot tier? Should we use cool tier, and why?
I think will use cold tier.
Okay. See, I told you it's nothing wrong or right. I was thinking of cool tier, but Khizar says cold tier. Now this is very application specific. Maybe initially I'll use cool tier. I'll observe it for a month, then I'll go with cold tier. Or I'll start with cold tier. I'll observe it for a month कि कितना billing वगैरह हो रहा है, and then I will do that. So this is completely okay. But you should just understand the difference. No one will ask you to take that call. Understand that. It's your architect team, application team. They will decide, they will discuss, they'll just let you know. But you should know the concept behind it, right? You don't have to decide that. Don't worry. Even in interview, no one will going to ask you to take a call on that. You just have to explain the approach, leave the call up to them. So you understand this one? So in my opinion, leave data I can keep here. Then monthly one-on-one. That I'll surely go and keep in cold because that I'm using for sure just one in a month. And that too, I hope all of you are working, you know how it works. कई बार 2 महीने का वन ऑन वन एक बार हो जाता, 3 महीने का एक बार होता है, and then we just upload a file, right? So that kind of data, I'll keep it in cold tier. What about archive tier? Archive tier, mostly banking applications they use. For what? Because they have compliance reasons, compliance issues that they have to keep the account statement for 7 years. Somewhere in some states, it is 10 years. But you guys honestly tell me with your experience, how many of you go and log into your banking application and download 7 साल purana statement? A month and 2 months and 6 months, we frequently do that, right? कहीं भी लगता है, maybe loan, maybe credit card, maybe you're switching job, maybe you're applying for home loan, you're applying for visa, whatever reason you want to see where have you been spending your spending pattern, whatever. 1 2 महीना 3 महीने का statement we uh, retrieve very frequently. But 7 years old statement, 10 years old statement, how frequently do you do that? Very less, right? So that kind of data banks they mostly keep in archive tier. Now, archive tier is something where you can't directly go and retrieve the data. So, someone from your banking application, if is asking for a statement, 10 years older statement, always see they will ask you that okay, it will be sent to you via email in 10 day, 1 day, 2 days, 24 hours, right? This is how it works. On the other hand, you ask for 3 months data, it is immediately available on one click. You go to your banking application, mobile application, website, click there, select dates, etc., and it will be immediately available on your screen. Try this. Go ahead and ask for 5 years old data, and how much you will see, right? So make sure we have to make sure that we're using the correct tier. Is this clear, guys, to everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So we have only 2 minutes left in this, guys, in this session, guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions. If not, we'll take a break and we'll start the new session and we'll cover some other topic. In tier, this is the only things we have to cover. There's one more thing called life cycle where we can do this automatically. I'll show you that in the next session itself. Any questions on this?
No.
Okay. Do you guys need a break?
Yes.
Okay. Let's connect at 1:30, right? Using the same link. I'm stopping the session. Let's connect at 1:30.